thanks to the City of BRIMBANK across our neighbourhood and the world, Soul Dive with AD, Roshani and Lydia on BRIMBANK Live on Live FM.
Hello everyone and welcome to Soul Dive. Today we're coming to you live. We're together. I'm your host Lydia and I have my co-host with me, AD and Roshani. What's up, ladies?
Hey. All is well, all is well. You know, the year is coming along. It's a beautiful day outside, so can't complain.
Yeah, beautiful weather. We were saying before our weekend plans because, the weather has been so lovely and sunny, and we're blessed to be out of our circuit lockdown and being able to enjoy the sun and each other.
True, because last week on our episode we're like, we're in another lockdown.
Why? They're saying 5 days, but I bet it's going to be the next 5 months and we can't do this.
No, but we're out and we're here. We're here with something different today. So in today's episode, we thought we'll, break up the sort of serious conversations with a card game that we've been meaning to play for a while. It's called We're Not Really Strangers. Some of you might be aware of it. Do you guys know anything about this?
I don't. So I'm really looking forward to it. A little bit scared with the kinds of questions that it might have because I just have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely going to go deep into, our perceptions of the world. I did have a bit of a sneak peek of the questions. And so
Cheetah.
I wanted to be semi-prepared, but there's some deep stuff in there. So we're going to be diving straight into it.
For real. And hey, we're called Soul Dive, so you already know.
I feel like this, what we just said here shows exactly our character. So Roshani with her preparation and just being on top of things and me just winging it, coming here, no idea what's going on.
And me like low-key winging it too, but kind of being prepared. Like shout out to Eddie for the cards this morning. I collected them. There are three levels, Level one is perception, level 2 is connection, and level 3 is reflection. So we're going to use 3 segments to ask a question each from each level. Okay, well, let's just get into it. Who wants to start?
You start, hostess.
I got this. All right, level 1 perception. First question is coming to you, sis.
Okay, here we go.
What was your first impression of me? Wow.
Okay, first I got to remember where we met.
We had a conversation on the phone because Mohammed passed your contact on to me to speak about the pilot run of the radio station. But
or was it when did we do the training, the Roadcaster Pro training?
I don't know if I was in the training with you. We weren't. We actually met at the radio, like at the studio for the first time. No?
I don't know, but I feel like you guys met before that.
It felt like that. Yeah. I think we might have met like one time before that. But regardless, I had a really positive
thank God.
I had a really positive reaction to you. I mean, you were just fun and bubbly. And it felt like as soon as we started talking, you kind of understood me and I understood you back. And we just felt really comfortable with one another. Yeah. I don't feel like we even had that moment of
we're breaking the ice.
Yeah, there was no ice breaking. We were just straight into it. So I don't know. I just felt like you were my sister from the first day I met you.
Oh, I love that. And that's probably why we've forgotten where we actually met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It feels like so long ago, but it was only last year.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Aww. Do you want to
go next?
Yeah.
All right,
go. You can pull any card from that deck. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so it's a wild card. So ask and answer the next question in a different accent, both players. Okay. So let's appropriate a culture here. I'm not ready for this.
Okay, well, remember, we're Soul Dive. We speak on things with the social justice edge. And I don't know, man. An African accent.
Are we about to get ripped apart for this?
Let's ask and answer the next question in a different accent.
So I just pick another card?
Yeah, pick another card.
Okay.
And do I ask and answer this one?
Ask it to someone in an accent.
Oh, no, but it says ask and answer.
You're so good.
Okay.
How do you keep getting all these wild cards?
I don't know. Okay. This wild card says, write down something others would never guess about you just by looking at you.
Something we wouldn't know just from looking at you.
And it also says both players compare. So I'm assuming I pick somebody else to also write something down.
Okay.
And I write something down as well.
How about we don't write it, we'll just think it and then. But you're supposed to have asked that in an accent, Roshani.
We ain't got no paper. We ain't got no pen.
I guess I do have an Australian accent, so it wasn't an accent. I'm not going to attempt to try. I am not. Don't make me. Do not make me.
We are not going to make you.
No.
What is
Okay. So
no. Playing music, no, we're not.
I'm going to pick you, Lydia.
All
so
right.
we can both think of something that you would never, I guess about me.
Okay.
Just by looking at me.
Okay. So I have to say the thing that I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah.
Wow. Just by looking at you. Whoa, man. I guess this is the point of the game. It puts you on the spot.
It does.
But then now I have to lean into like my assumptions
That's the
or
whole point.
Yeah. Like when you first met me, what did you initially think about?
Dismantling stereotypes here, guys.
Okay. So when I heard a lot about you first because you two were doing shows together.
Oh, true.
So I was hearing
I didn't say anything.
What have you been saying about me, AD? Just throw it under the bus.
Yeah. So everything I heard, it's from here. Everything I'm about to say came from here. I guess I heard really positive things. So I guess when you hear like such positive things, my perception of you was already formed before I could kind of form it. So I'm hearing that Roshani is this amazing conversationalist. She's so well versed in all these topics. Da, 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 da. Then I come and meet you and I'm like, you're exactly that. So I feel like I also have to say that I don't lean into assumptions about people. I actually can't think of something.
What was the question?
It says write down something others would never guess about you just by looking.
So what wouldn't you guess about her?
Oh, by looking at you, what people wouldn't guess about you.
I think for me, I mean, my perception of me. No.
Yeah.
I would say that like I guess I do a lot of different things. I drink every time Roshani says she's a PhD student. Like I am a PhD student. I think that's probably something that people won't guess about me just because I'm
that part. Okay,
young.
I have to second that sincerely because you're right. I actually wouldn't have guessed that you're a PhD student.
Yeah.
Because it's not. Haven't met a PhD student that's your age or that. I think the PhD students I've come across are actually older people. So that's something I wouldn't have guessed. Yeah, but I'm not surprised because. Like I said, well,
Brilliant,
absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
And that is what AD has been saying about you, sis.
AD is like the actual hype, like the best hype.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to start charging.
Yeah,
you should.
Just not us. That's all. What's it called? So who's?
Wait, you have to. What's something that you would never guess about?
About Lydia. I feel like what you are, being like a creative person, I feel like I would guess that. I feel like my impression of you when I first met you was that you were just a really cool, artistic, creative person. So I feel like that is not something that other people would guess about you because I feel like that is a vibe you give off.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like all of the maybe things that I think about you are probably what you are. I wouldn't say that, I feel like there's nothing that I think about you that you're not.
Okay.
Which are positive things.
Okay, yeah. See, she struggled too then. AD, help us out.
Like something that people wouldn't guess.
About me.
That you're really spiritual.
True.
Big on Jesus.
True. That is true. I'm very spiritual.
Yeah, like because you're fun, you're out there, you've got a lot of friends. People wouldn't think, you're open-minded, you are able to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
People wouldn't think that, you have a really groundedness about you and your spirituality, that you don't waver.
That's actually true.
That's actually very true.
That's a really good one. Wow. All right.
My turn.
Yeah, it is your turn. Let me open it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I will ask Roshani this. Do you think I was popular in school? Explain.
Okay. I think that you were popular in school. And this is why. Only because you are just like this big ball of energy and life, and you're very like infectious. And I think that you're just like such a great presence that I don't see how you wouldn't be at least like one of those people that talk to a lot of other people.
Maybe
So,
not popular in the sense that you're the popular girl that's doing the popular thing, but you would have been popular amongst your peers in the sense that
very friendly, very like, ready to chat to anybody type thing. Because I do see you as like an extrovert. Would you say that you're an extrovert or?
That's something that people don't know about. I'm actually an introvert with a lot of extrovert qualities. So I force, like it takes a lot of energy and to get out there and to, be this ball of energy.
Yeah.
And it takes a long time for me. Like I have to spend a lot of time on my own.
Yeah.
To recharge.
And that's actually the essence of what being an extrovert or an introvert is like either you're energized by your interactions or you're actually, it's the opposite and you need to go and recruit.
Yeah, I'm drained. Like it takes a lot for me to smile and just be 100% all the time. Like I feel like a battery that depletes.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you've actually recharged me. Interaction.
That's what people think. Yeah, people think like, oh, ADs, just go. But it takes me a lot of time and I spend a lot of time on my own.
Yeah.
Just so that when I do come out, I can be 100%.
Right.
And I think sometimes maybe people confuse a little bit the meanings of introvertedness and extrovertedness. Like and they might confuse it for like your expressiveness, your big character. But I think any introvert can actually be those things. It's just time and place. Sort of thing.
And like you guys said, maybe not so popular, but I was in a lot of spaces. And I just used to force it. I used to go and sit around with different groups and be like, I'm sitting with you guys today. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, I love that.
And just I'm like, all right, I'm bored now. See you guys. It was fun. And then I was just around people. Like I just wanted to know what people were up to.
Same. And I was even going to say, if I was answering that, I would be like, on one hand, I can imagine you'd be popular. On the other, it would, not that you're an opposite, but it's just like because you're such a like straight up person that's not afraid to say it how it is. Surely you're going to have some people who just aren't that don't respond with you. They don't respond to that. It's a different energy. Sorry. All right. Well, cool. Level 1 done. Level 2 connection.
Level 1? Do you want to reset or get off the segments?
Oh yeah, true. Because we're on radio.
If you didn't know, guys,
we're on radio. We're just sitting here together, True. Well, this is we just basically wrapped up the first segment because we did level 1, which was perception. We're going to move on now to level 2, which is connection. I love that rhymes. Welcome back. This is Soul Dive. You already know I've got AD right here, Roshani to my left. All right. Shall I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Keep the order going? All right. Let's do cards.
And get comfortable.
Okay. If you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing?
Oh, who's that to? That's a big question.
I feel like, do you envision your life in the future? In particular?
I've never been in the present, Roshani. Okay. I've been in the future. I'm always in the future. That's where I've been since like I was born.
You're right.
So,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if I could have it my way, who would I be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing? I'll start with, because the be with is hard for me.
Yeah.
Where would you be? Honestly, like I just crave to like be on an island somewhere. Like I want to be around sun, the tropical vibe. I love fruit. My bones feel good when it's hot.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel alive.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm missing sun. Like I want more sun more often. And I feel like I would definitely go somewhere where that exists.
Nice.
And then what I would be doing, if I didn't have to worry about money, man, if I didn't have to worry about like the responsibilities that we find ourselves having in this 9-to-5 rat race, I would be creating. I'd just be creating, like whether it's writing or photographing or doing a project with other people, someone on the island.
Creating on the island.
Creating on the island, absolutely. Like I would just be creating stuff. I'd be interacting with nature a lot and like my environment. And who I would be with.
Maybe give us characteristics, because I know obviously you can't just come up with a name.
of what I
of who you want to be with, but is like
True.
give us characteristics maybe.
Yes, thank you. Because like,
We're gonna drop names.
yeah, honestly, yeah, I'll just be with people who can like ignite, not even ignite the creativity. It's there. People who can contribute to it. Someone I could collaborate with, and just the perfect person to enjoy that environment. So a creative person, like a perceptive person, a critical thinker, an emotionally in tune person. I would just be, or people rather, because like one thing about me is I like to have many people around me. So yeah, it's hard to pick one person.
You are the ultimate extrovert. You are the definition of an extrovert.
Yeah, I'm an extrovert. It's for sure. So yeah, that's my answer.
I like that answer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd also be on an island.
I feel like I'd want to be in a city, like definitely New York or something.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's my vibe.
But I don't love the heat like that. That's not something that
the heat, like for the island.
I don't like the heat. Just any.
Yeah. We're sweating a lot right now, guys.
You have no idea. Sweating in places you shouldn't be sweating.
Hey, girl. In places we shouldn't be sweating. All right.
Oh, okay. This is another wild card.
What?
I don't get these
three wild cards.
Should I just pick another one?
Yes. It better not be another wild card.
Because this is just wild.
That is another wild card again. Okay.
For real?
Yeah.
For real?
I just keep picking wild cards.
What does that mean? Like, I want to understand the deeper meaning behind things.
I'm going to Google that later. You know, I'm big on like spirituality in the universe and
she picked
everything
the
is
wild
connected.
card 4 times. What does it mean?
In a row?
We got a question, finally.
Okay.
What do you crave more of? It's a very general, open question. I think that for me, or just like in life generally, I crave more of people who are like-minded. And in that sense, it's a lot of people who don't necessarily think the same as me. Like I don't need people around me that are identical to me, but it's more so people who are really thoughtful and attentive and care about the world. I think that
absolutely
for me, that's the type of people that I want to be around. So I just want the world to have more of those people. So more people kind of thinking about others and not just thinking about themselves, and being more attentive and in tune to other people, kind of like what you were saying, you know. I feel like that's the types of people that I want to be around, and I feel like the world needs more of those types.
There's definitely a lot of like selfish out to get their own.
Can
step on people to get ahead type thing. And it makes me sad because I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. So I kind of roam the world in naivety and I'm like, everyone's fantastic. And then they're not. And I'm like, what's going on?
And everyone has the potential to be these things. Like those who are have just like, have leaned into that, you know? So it's just like you can learn, you can be more concerned about the world and then go ahead and learn more about the world, which will naturally make you more concerned about the world.
And I think it definitely is that it's forever learning, because I think people get really complacent and think, I know what I know and I care about who I care about and that's it. But I feel like if you're really open to educating yourself and learning, then you will be more open to being there for other people and caring about them.
And a lot of people haven't had that towards themselves, which is why they kind of put up that wall and say, well, I'm not going to care about anyone or anything because no one has treated me that way. So we all just need to be kind to each other. So
your environment tells like people, because you were talking about how some people are only concerned about their immediate environment and then some are a lot more concerned about what's happening in that external sort of thing. And I think, you just learn from the people around you growing up, like, you know? So, but hey,
my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn. There you go.
You got too excited there.
I didn't even know.
Okay. What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Interesting.
I like that question.
Young AD.
Yeah. Well, young AD was very confident in herself. And now I feel like I've lost it a bit and I'm trying to regain it really hard. So I guess young AD wouldn't believe that AD's a big scaredy cat.
But young AD would be like, what are you doing, adult AD?
Like, what's going on? It's like, what, like, the way I used to believe in myself, like, I'm going to write books about myself, like, I'm so interesting. You know, I used to walk the earth being like, you are privileged to have even been in my vicinity.
Oh, right.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's a lot less.
Yeah.
And it's like something that I have to work on where I'm like,
What has taken that away from you?
I don't know. I think growing up, things just get a bit harder.
Absorbing
You have to try harder. Yeah, your life gets tainted by things that start making me feel a little bit, you start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think the younger me didn't have many questions. I only had, big ideas and I was going for it. Now it's like you sit there and you start questioning, can I do it? Can't I do it?
Yeah. And I definitely think that when you get older, when you become an adult, you learn fear. So you question yourself a lot more and you overthink a lot of things. I think with younger kids and children, they're fearless. They, kind of don't think about things the way that adults do. And I feel like we are conditioned to overthink and criticize ourselves and fear.
Totally right.
And I think that, we need to start thinking like our younger selves.
Exactly.
Yes, that's why I'm a huge fan of trying to tap into your childlike spirit or childlike mind and heart. And I actually had to do that when I wanted to really figure out what I wanted to do. I'm like, this ain't working for me. Like what I actually want to do. I just had to simplify, and that just took me back to my childlike self. Yeah. I think as well, like the toxicity that you're talking about, naturally as you grow up, you just exposed to the toxicity of the world. Obviously the beauty too, but the toxicity, and in the world that we live in today, we're absorbing a lot. So it's like
there's so much competition as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people trying to do the exact same thing as you that might have really similar ideas or similar personalities, and you're like, can I do it? Like they're really fantastic.
And I definitely think that as a child, you're more likely to dream, whereas being an adult, you
have to action that.
Yeah, so you think really realistically about things as an adult. And I think as a child, you have no barriers. You're just like, here are my dreams, here are my ambitions.
Yeah.
But it's actually that mindset that leads to success.
Exactly.
It's that like be an idealist, not a realist, because if realistically you can achieve anything anyways, but you have to think a little crazy to do it.
Exactly. So it's something like you have to actively work towards, like with the manifestations and self-affirmations and everything, so you can go ahead and just succeed and continue dreaming, really.
And I think affirmation, positive reinforcement is so important when it comes to this. And something that I've recognized is that some people weren't fortunate enough to have that positive reinforcement in their life, whether it came from their parents or not. Like your home environment either builds your confidence or can break it, and I feel like that's an important thing as well. Next question is yours. Yeah. Hey, full circle. All right. So we're doing the next.
No, let's
wait. Did I answer?
Connection.
Okay. All right. Wild card. Think of something you strongly dislike that most people love. On the count of 3, say it loud. Both players. So
that's all of it.
Okay. Let's do it. So think of something you strongly dislike that most people love. Okay,
I've got one.
Maybe I can think.
You guys let me know when you're ready.
I'm just trying to think. There's
the world is so beautiful.
Yeah, I know. There's not many things I don't like. I was trying to think of food. I was trying to think of like
most people love. Okay, got it. Got one.
Maybe a color. Maybe
a type, like a doing word. So it could be a verb or something.
A plant, an animal.
Okay.
Did you get one?
Yeah, but it's probably not going to be good. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Bananas.
I said olives. You said bananas.
Bananas. I said running because I know a lot of people who love running.
True, a lot of people love it.
I wish that I did though. I don't dislike it. I want to be one of those people that like it, but
no.
I love running.
I wish I could be a runner. I just feel like it seems tiring.
Runner, but I love running.
Seems tiring. Oh, girl, I'll confirm. It's tiring. Especially like being an Ethiopian or an East African, people just thought I would be a great cross-country runner. And I swear I was coming second last in that shit. And then I would come like first, second, third in sprints, which is not like typical. I can't run for long distances, man.
People see me and I'm like, chubby. I look pretty unfit, okay? Whatever. But I can run like a mofo.
Really? Do you actually go for runs? Because I want to be one of those people on the street with their cute little like workout gear running. I wish I was that person. I'm just not.
No, I love running. When I'm at the gym, I'm at the treadmill most of the time. And when I lived around this neighborhood, I don't like running in public. Like I don't like being seen running. So I used to run like back streets. I'm not the
running away
from Maple Street kind of girl, running like I do half and half. I struggle, but I do enjoy running.
Beautiful. All right.
What were the olives?
Oh, the olives. Not much
on
to
pizza.
say. It's just like on pizza, I can. It has to be like minimal. But I couldn't before.
Black olives or green olives or both?
Mainly green because I find are they the salty ones?
They're the yummy ones.
They're blacker. Hang on, I don't know because I didn't spend much time.
They're both salty, I feel.
Because my dad used to love Capri. That flavor. So he used to have it, and I'm like, oh, what's this? It's just the saltiness. I think
that's what I love. I love salty foods. I love pickles and pickles.
I love pickles. It's got more of that tang too. I'm a bit sensitive to salt. That's a story because my dad's just not a huge fan of like putting a lot of salt in food. So mom cooked to his taste, and as a result,
your palate is used to just
exactly.
That makes sense.
That's it. Remind me like.
That's Roshani's
order is us. Okay.
Still come from the middle.
I think no. Now we're done this segment, right?
No, let's one more question each. Have you started with 3?
That's why I'm confused because
you started with number 2.
Yeah, and so we're doing. Okay, then okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Both players, this is a wild card. Both players write an embarrassing fun fact about yourselves. Play a game of rock, paper, scissors. The loser must reveal all.
We might not have time for that one during this segment.
No. What was it?
You basically have to say something embarrassing about yourself, like a fun fact that's embarrassing. And then...
I'm sorry. Everything that's going through my mind is
What's embarrassing?
There's a reason why it's embarrassing. There's a reason why we don't want to say.
Should I take another one?
Yeah.
All right.
God, you get really difficult ones.
Okay. Oh, okay. Describe your perfect day. I feel like this is pretty easy. And I feel like I have been living out some perfect days recently, which is nice. I feel like definitely waking up nice and early. Even though like I do love a sleep in, I feel like when I sleep in, I feel really guilty about myself.
I feel you.
Yeah. And I just like, I hate myself. If I wake up late, I will hate myself for the rest of the day. That's not healthy, but I do. So waking up nice and early, meditating. I love starting my day off with some meditation, jumping in the shower, having a really nice breakfast. Like it's so weird, but I go to bed thinking about breakfast. I love breakfast so much that I'm just like, what am I going to eat for breakfast?
You want the sleep to be over. So what do you eat for breakfast?
Okay, so I love like eggs on toast, like scrambled eggs. I love fruit. I do love banana bread. Pancakes. I had pancakes the other day. I just any type of breakfast food is my food because I'm a brunch queen. Like, I love breakfast.
I do see you at brunch.
I'm at brunch all the time.
Yeah, you are.
And I would say definitely spending the day just reading. Spending the day with my friends, doing really chill stuff like going for a walk, going for a hike. Definitely doing something physical, but not running.
Okay.
Not running. Walking really slow on a hike is fine for me. And just eating really good food throughout the day and spending time with loved ones is probably my perfect day.
That's nice.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like a solid day. And I feel you about the waking up early in the morning thing. But I've been really bad. And I think it's just I'm in a self-sabotaging situation right now where I'm like, I know that I'll feel good. I know the steps I need to take to feel amazing.
Yes.
But then it's just like 2 o'clock in the morning, you're there watching YouTube videos and you're just in a hole.
It's terrible. Yeah. It's so bad. Okay. Oh.
So this is a wild card in this game.
This is not a fun.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
So my question is, how are you really? This would have been an exciting question like last year because things were a goddamn mess. But I'm good. Right now, in this very moment, I would say I'm doing really good. I feel like there's a lot of things lined up for me this year. The world is my oyster. I have so much going. And I'm actively working on, doing things that benefit me.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Physically, mentally, spiritually. Like I'm actively working on it. So it's been good. Like I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm definitely happy with the steps that I'm taking.
Oh, that's good. It's nice to hear you say something nice about yourself, your direction, because it's absolutely true.
Thank you.
So is it?
Wrap it up.
It's my turn. Oh yeah. That wraps up the second segment. We just did connection. We're now going to move on to level 3, which is reflection. You're listening to Soul Dive. I'm Lydia Tessma, your host, and this is AD and Roshani. All right. Good card. What do you? Oh, welcome back, by the way.
Hey.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Soul Dive. I'm your host, Lydia, and this is AD and Roshani. We're playing a game called We're Not Really Strangers. There's 3 levels. Level 1 is perception. Level 2 is connection. We just finished that. We're moving on now to level 3, which is reflection. So with the reflection cards, am I asking it about myself?
It worked out before.
Because the question's like, what do you admire most about me?
We can answer that. Like we could just
Yeah. All right. Cool. What I admire about myself, you know what? I actually do admire myself because I feel like I'm a good-hearted person, a pure-hearted person. I feel like I love people. I admire that about me, that I genuinely love people because from that love for people, everything else flows for me. So like the desire to speak to people, get to know them, to learn. I actually learn mainly from people. I'm a visual and oral learner, if that makes sense. I do read a bit, but surprisingly, I actually don't read a lot. Like I learn from conversations. So I really admire my love for people.
I think that's something that I also admire about you as well, that you are very people oriented and that you are a good-hearted person. I'm glad that you see that in yourself and you can admire that in yourself.
Thank you.
Honestly, it's so hard to say nice things about yourself. So it's good that these cards are forcing it.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. And we speak about in our other episode, we spoke about the power of words. So like being, practicing declaring positive things about yourself is really powerful. So
Exactly right.
yeah.
Go next.
Go for it.
From the back. Okay, in one word, describe how you feel right now. Isn't that the same?
Do you
want to go something?
Yeah.
For another one.
Yeah.
Come on, I already
It's quite
told you
similar,
all that. Okay. What do you recommend I let go of, if anything?
Ooh. So you're asking us now.
I guess so.
Okay.
Because I know I have a whole list of things I'm supposed to let go.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like for me, so is it what I would let go for myself?
I think for her, what would you reckon she
That
let go?
AD could let go.
Yeah.
Okay. What we were kind of talking about before is that self-doubt. Because like the way that I see you is like probably not how you see yourself. Like I see you as
Definitely
this like accomplished, well put together person who has all these amazing skills. And so I feel like letting go of that self-doubt will just allow you to really embrace all of your amazingness and to be able to go out and get what you want. So I feel like letting go of that self-doubt and that self-criticism.
Yeah. I was about to say self-criticism.
That's definitely something that I would
I'll add to that, like the self-doubt with the self-criticism, even though I think sometimes, that self-deprecating like talk, I feel like you do that a bit for fun or just for whatever reason, I don't know. But I think that if you let go of that, that will be powerful for you because I think, we are what we say we are.
Exactly.
And like Roshani said, I think by letting go of that, you'll be able to step into your power more. You're already in your power, but you can probably even enjoy what you're doing better that way.
Guys, you guys are 100% because these are things that I tell myself every day. It's like you can't do that. But people out there like, what? You've got all this stuff going on. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. I don't know shit about shit. Okay?
She said what she said.
With her chest.
So definitely something that is part of the stuff that I'm working on this year. Because I definitely realize that you are what you speak, and I've seen myself talk myself into really amazing spaces, and I've seen myself talk myself into really low spaces as well. And I don't want to go back there.
That's it. I don't want
Amen.
that.
Okay.
Right.
Roshani.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know if okay, it's a wild card and it just says admit something.
Tell us, girl. Confess.
Okay. I don't know.
Make it deep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something deep yet not completely embarrassing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would think that I'm an open book in terms of like being able to admit stuff. I feel like I wouldn't say anything that people wouldn't not be surprised about. Like, I don't know. I can only think of like weird, random things.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just go with one of those. To admit, I have never, and this is only on my mind because I was speaking about this the other day with somebody, and we were talking about like getting the chicken pox and stuff. And I was sitting there going, yeah. I've never gotten the chicken pox before.
Oh, true. And I think a lot of kids did.
Yeah.
A lot.
And so in my circle, everybody around me has gotten it. And I was talking about like...
Does that mean you're still, like, you can still get it?
Yes.
Oh.
And that freaks me out because I know that adults, when they get it, it ain't pretty.
It's like,
it's not pretty. So that is just like a weird random fact about me that I've never gotten the chicken pox before.
And you never will.
Let's hope. Let's manifest that.
Exactly. Put it out into the air.
I declare.
I don't know if I've ever gotten chicken pox.
I don't know. It seems like a very common thing that everybody's gotten it and everyone's like, I'm fine, I'm immune to it.
I think I did when I was young. I think so. My parents could confirm.
Okay.
But yeah.
I think I'm walking around my life now with fear.
Susceptible.
I'm
That's so
susceptible.
Is there no like vaccine?
There is, but
hey man, I don't want another one.
I mean, at least this one's been around for so many years. It's proven. It'll work.
I think that we all take the chickenpox vaccine, but you have to get it in order for you to be
which
I have.
Okay.
That's fair.
Now I think it helps that like there's a herd immunity in this case, which is that most people have had it.
Okay.
So like
the children have not. So like if I have children and they get it.
Oh, right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what? You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be
fine. Because I'm sure
you've been around people who've had chickenpox, so I guess your immune system is
we don't have. We're not contagious from.
Okay.
I think
we don't know how.
I'm not a doctor.
We're like psychologists, community workers, journalists. Like,
don't take our medical advice. Do not take our medical advice.
That's what we do.
Quantum physicists.
Presenters. Oh man.
Oh, that is scary. That's a scary thought.
But we're not going to lean into the. Oh.
No, we won't.
Ooh, I just ticked off the accent thing today. I was like, that wasn't intentional.
That was like
I'm
country, rural Australia.
I'm Aussie, mate. I'm allowed to.
It's her accent in variation.
Born and raised, you know? All right, yeah, that actually brings us to the end of this game. This was so much fun.
Oh, let's pick one more. No,
okay. Do we have, what's the time? Oh yeah, we need to wrap up. We need to wrap up. It's been about 45.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Yeah. All right.
That was really nice.
It was. This was so fun, guys. We're gonna do you want to explain our next segment?
So after the break, we'll be talking to a manager for the BRIMBANK leisure centres, and we're going to talk about how COVID has impacted their facilities, what things they've got underway this year, and their COVID recovery plan. So
Thank you, AD. I wouldn't have been able to do that. That's actually why I passed it on. Thanks, sis. Yeah, we'll see you in the next segment, guys. You're listening to Soul Dive. I'm your host, Lydia, and this is AD and Roshani.
With thanks to the City of BRIMBANK across our neighbourhood and the world, Soul Dive with AD, Roshani and Lydia on BRIMBANK Live on Live FM.
I'm your host, Lydia Tessima, and I have my co-hosts here with me, AD and Roshani. We also have a special guest with us today. His name is John Clark. He's the manager of BRIMBANK Leisure Centres. So we've brought him on board today to discuss the financial impacts to the leisure centres during this COVID period. And this is as part of our COVID recovery session. So hi, John, how are you? Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you in like the midst of this pandemic?
Yeah, look, I'm not too bad. It's obviously great that we've got the facilities back open now. Obviously, it was disappointing to close the doors and, a huge loss for the community not being able to access our facilities. So, yeah, it's fantastic to have them back open. So feeling very positive right now.
No, that's beautiful. And how has COVID-19 impacted some of the policies? I guess you said you just had to shut down, right? And that was that sort of thing, or were there little?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, as we all know, the levels of restrictions have changed a number of times through 2020 and now into 2021. Probably didn't realise it was going to go as long as it had. When you think back to February 2020, I don't think realised just how big it was going to be and how long it would affect all of us for. But in terms of the leisure centres, obviously we had to close there for a couple of times. And then as part of reopening, we needed to put in place COVID-safe plans that met the way we operate. So now, I suppose, ongoing, when you walk through the leisure centres now, there's all those standard things like the QR code, check in if you're not a member. So obviously if you're a member, we track visits anyway. So that's great, being able to register who's come and gone. But as well, we've got, the hand sanitizer, a little bit around carrying a towel in the gym. You don't really get away with that anymore. You need to have your towel if you're doing And then we've still got density limits continuing at the moment. So only 4 square metres per person indoors. And it's a little bit more generous outside with 2 square metres per person. So that has meant, particularly through school holidays, that we did need to lock out the facility, which a line out the front of the door. So that doesn't happen too often here normally. There's, I suppose, the key policies that are still in place.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
I think, when you're talking about reopening and things like that, what's capacity been like? Do you think that the community has come back to the leisure centres in full capacity, or have people been a bit hesitant in coming back and using the facilities?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's probably a bit of a mix, to be honest. If we look at Learn to Swim, I think people value that as being so important. People have come back in droves. So we're almost at around 1,500 students now in our program, which is the most we've ever had at Sunshine Leisure Centre.
Wow.
I guess that's off the back of a summer where, unfortunately, there were some tragic incidents at different waterways in Victoria and around Australia. So I think it hit home a lot for families that how important it is to have children safe in and around the water. But, in terms of adult memberships, we're slowly getting back up there towards the numbers that we did have, but we're not there yet. There's been actually a lot of new members joining, so there's still a large portion of our members that were with us before COVID haven't returned. So I suppose, to answer the question, I think there are definitely still concerns within the community of that transmission of a virus and hygiene and things like that. But then again, there's a whole bunch of other people in the community that are just really keen to start and actually perhaps having that renewed focus on health and wellbeing.
And in terms of the financial impacts, did you guys suffer a lot of job losses? What was it like for the actual staff?
Sure. I suppose one thing that was great, and as being an employee of BRIMBANK City Council, was very early on there was a direction from executive management that they didn't have an appetite to stand down staff. So I think we're all very, very grateful of that decision. And through COVID and when we did have those closures of the facility, a lot of our employees were actually redeployed across other council services that under a lot of pressure during those lockdowns, things like Meals on Wheels. So the meals increased a lot. So we actually had some of our swimming teacher help prepare meals and deliver meals. We've had some employees go over to libraries and help with the libraries service that came on board.
That's so awesome. Yeah, it's just like
a really valuable time. And you remember in one of the first lockdowns how popular all the parks?
All throughout in my Yeah.
We had a lot of staff actually work with parks and gardens as well to maintain our parks with so many more people using them. So it was really important to maintain them. So fantastic experience for a lot of the employees from the leisure centres to actually learn about all the other things council do within the community as well.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing about it, is that like the leisure centre is just an extension of like Brimbank City Council in a way. So you're a part of a much bigger community that, you know, in the end you were able to like give work to other people through. So
and
that's
adapt.
amazing.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it was really flexible. I feel like that community kind of vibe of the whole council kind of coming together and sharing those roles. I think it does reflect what Brimbank City Council has done in relation to COVID and COVID recovery. Yeah,
exactly. That's
shout out to Brimbank. You know, if you want job security, that's where it's at.
Yeah. Well, we wonder, like, is there anything that's worked so well that could potentially stay afterwards? That doesn't necessarily have to stay.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, just that, and it sounds so simple, but, you know, basic hygiene. We all should have been doing it anyway. You know, we've got signs up now, you know, telling people to wash their hands. So I think there's some things that, you know, you'd hope definitely stay, and that really focus on, you know, health and well-being and hygiene in terms of actually the ways we operate. So during one of the very first lockdown, we created our YouTube channel. We didn't have one before for the leisure centres. That's something that was fantastic. We were able to have our group fitness instructors conduct classes online. So now moving forward, it's just how we can integrate that online service with our in-person experience. Leisure centres, in a way, what's so special about them is that you do get that social cohesion and a chance to interact with others. So, you know, that's absolutely our focus still. But, we've introduced our gym programming now is via an app, so we're not using paper-based programs, and that's great, because if people go away on holiday or something like that, instructors can actually write a program that they can do while they don't have access to gym equipment, for example, which is very similar to when people stuck at home. We're able to give them programs that they could do at home. I guess some of those things, they're just so fantastic to have. COVID brought that about here much quicker than we would have got there otherwise, but necessarily something different to what we would have done maybe, you know, a few years down the track. So I think that's what's been a huge positive, is pushed us along in that technology space a lot faster.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're right. Either way, we were all heading in that direction with technology and its advancements. But that's amazing. It seems like you guys are fully around it. Like you even answered our question, which was how will you be incorporating well-being into the leisure centre? Do you have any other answers perhaps for that? It seems like you already have a big focus on well-being and renewing that.
Yeah, I suppose something we'll add. I mean, as you're probably well aware, we're building the St Albans Health and Wellbeing Hub at the moment on Taylors Road in Killer Downs. So that facility, we're actually co-locating some community partners there. So that's a really massive focus towards health and wellbeing. So not only is it going to be an Australian leading leisure centre with beautiful pools and an enormous gym floor, lots of group fitness classes, but we're actually aiming to create some integrated services with some community organisations that will trigger a very holistic health and wellbeing approach to the community. So that will drive some fantastic community outcomes. And more from a leisure centre space, we're having a dedicated Pilates room at that facility. Got a dedicated yoga room. So these are facilities that we've never had in Brimbank in our leisure centres. So that just provides a whole nother avenue to community members to find something they enjoy doing and find some health and wellbeing, whether it's for the mind or the body. It's and that's what we deliver.
Yeah, I'm quite close to the St Albans Leisure Centre, so I'm really excited for that to be kind of built and for me to be able to use that facility. How long is the process going to take, and has the process of building that particular leisure centre changed due to COVID?
It hasn't. So we're really fortunate that the construction industry basically continued
exactly.
that 5-day lockdown recently.
Awesome.
It had to pause, but that hasn't really delayed much. So, yeah, it's due to open around April or May, I believe, next year, or at least the construction will be completed around that time. So at the moment, the old centre's been completely demolished. The groundworks is all finished, and they were actually pouring some of the walls of one of the pools the other day. So, yeah, there's still a while to go. We have to be patient. I think we're all really looking forward to it. But no, the project's on time, which is fantastic. And I don't think any of us and anyone in the community really understand just how good it's going to be. It's going to be an amazing facility that, we're all going to love using. So, yeah, you're very lucky to be living nearby. I think you'll be down there quite a bit.
Yeah, Roshani, lucky.
I'm ready.
And good things take time. So, well-being is not going to be a practice that will disappear in the next year. If anything, we'll need it more than ever. So, it'll be good timing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that kind of brings us to the end of this interview. I feel like that was a jam-packed, that was a lot of information in a short space of time. So thank you for updating us on what's happening there.
Just one more thing.
Of course. Another question. Go for it.
Just to end us off, your recovery plan, do you guys have set up stages in plan that we should know about?
Sure. Really, in terms of the leisure centres, it's just making sure we operate within the current levels of restrictions. And outside of that, like I mentioned before, it's really that focus to regain the members that haven't come back. Really working closely with them the best we can to find out, what's holding them back coming back into this centre. What's the main concern? And really regaining that trust and faith that it is a safe place to come to and to use the facilities. So I guess that's part of our very localised leisure centres plan, if you like.
Yeah.
Broader to that, with council, there's a significant recovery strategy that should be adopted pretty shortly. And that really looks across a lot of different areas in terms of how BRIMBANK as a community is recovering from COVID-19. So perhaps, I could organise someone else to come in and have a chat with you about that strategy specifically. But that's actually quite a comprehensive action plan for the rest of this year on what council's doing to help the whole community recover from.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I think we can jump online and find that as well. I think when I Googled it, there was like a 19-step recovery plan for BRIMBANK. So if anybody wants to have a look at that to get a more comprehensive understanding, it is there online.
There you go. And is that 19 steps or 19 pages, AD?
I think it's 19 steps. It's probably over 100 pages. I didn't really look that deep into it.
Okay.
But,
or you could just listen to, a few interviews and hopefully capture what's happening there. No, that's great. No, we've captured it all. And like you said, you're just operating within the restrictions for the leisure centre. So that's our answer there. But thank you so much for updating us. This was, information packed. We appreciate it. John, thank you for coming on to Soul Dive's show on BRIMBANK Live FM. Once again, this is BRIMBANK, so we're still a community. We're a big community here. And we hope you have a great day.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. And I'd love to come back another time in the future.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. And that brings us to the end of our show. You guys have listened to Soul Dive. I'm your host, Lydia, and this is AD and Roshani, your co-host. We just chatted to John Clark, the manager at BRIMBANK Leisure Centres, about everything relating to COVID, post-COVID. We hope you guys have a great weekend.
With thanks to the City of BRIMBANK across our neighbourhood and the world, Soul Dive with AD, Roshani and Lydia on BRIMBANK Live on Live FM.